Hey everyone, Ocklawahaboy Rocks. Getting a little out of order in my Northwest rockhounding trip, but it is the first Thunderegg Thursday of the new year, so Happy New Year everyone. Still got a bunch more locations in this trip to go, so we're going to start off with the lily pad Thunderegg bed in the Little Naches area of Washington, so let's get out there. Hey everyone, Ocklawahaboy Rocks from my campsite at Little Naches. I am headed up the hill to go to the lily pad bed and the Quartz Creek Thunderegg location. You've probably seen those, you may have been there, but I've got a couple of different locations for the lily pad eggs I'm going to check out because I have 3 different sets of coordinates. So I'm going to see if there really are 3 spots along the one road that have the eggs or just the one. So let's get in the Jeep and head up the hill. Alright, I am in the first location where Thunderegg masses were listed as being, at least approximately, and I'm not seeing much around here. Should be seeing rhyolite if there's going to be Thundereggs. So I'm going to say that this approximate location is not going to pan out. Pretty spot. Who knows what kind of plants and bugs I'm walking around in that I'm not familiar with. There's an uprooted tree. I don't see any sign of Thundereggs in there. Look at the road cut, nothing showing in there. So these were listed as approximate chords. But I'm not going to traipse around the entire hillside. But I am pretty close to the, for sure, lily pad location. So I thought it would be at least worth a little look. We got one more that we're going to give a little look. Alright, I parked about 250 feet away from the other approximate location. So I'm going to just take a walk up here. It's a pretty good little road cut there. There's one on the other side. So just going to take a walk and watch this road cut. Go to the chords. If there's nothing there, turn around, walk back the other side. The country rock's a little different over here. Still doesn't look like rhyolite, but it is different from the other location. I'm still not seeing anything that looks too much like a Thunderegg. Alright, so I got back in the Jeep and started driving. Got a couple hundred feet past where I quit walking, and this rock was in the road. So those definitely look like they were trying to be Thundereggs. So there's definitely not a plethora of material right here, and for all I know, that might have even come from a couple tents down the road where the known location is. Or it could have come from up there. But that other listing was an approximate listing, so I think 200 feet would count. So I'm going to spend a few more minutes right here in this area and see if I see anything else. Okay, and the road dirt just on the other side of where I parked. Found this little thing. So, little jasper filled vug. I don't know if you would call them Thundereggs or not, but definitely some kind of material here at this other approximate location. Alright, now I'm here at the actual lily pad location. I guess I come from an Eastern mindset, but I guess it's cool that the Forest Service allows this to go on, but back home they would not be cool with people digging up a road bank. Not that we have a lot of road banks like this, but digging up a roadside on a Forest Service road. I am definitely going to pick up some of the masses, and I will be looking for some of the free eggs as well. Alright, I guess loose eggs is what I'm going to start with. Looks like there may be some just floating around right in here. I don't really know how to tell which ones of these are going to be the good ones and which ones are the bad ones, but I will get a selection of them. Okay, I got up here about 20 feet of elevation, and I've picked up several. They seem to just kind of be hanging out. And you have no idea if they came, from what rock they came from, assuming most of them came from up there. So I'm going to work my way up there, maybe around, and I know there's supposed to be a spot up in the woods too. Here's a broken one that hopefully shows me a little bit what I'll find in these. Alright, I've settled in up at the top. Got the distant hum of chainsaws below. Looks like there's a lot of little eggs mixed into this material, like right there. So I'm settled down where hopefully I don't have the opportunity to be clumsy and take the quick way down. And I'm going to look for some eggs. Looks like there might even be some in the tree roots. Alright, I'm very carefully worked my way around this wall looking for loose eggs. They seem to have largely dried up over here. I may have gotten above it a little bit. I think I can see the path through the woods there. So I'm going to see if I can figure out where the further up spot is. Now that is not easy to climb around on. So I haven't been this area here. I haven't really checked out the float there. And then I still have to pick up some cutting pieces down at the bottom. Yep, this is definitely the right direction. Follow the tailings and up to more diggings. So up I go. All right, now I'm up here. There's the road. There's the top of the other dig site. There are diggings all up here. But I can tell you one thing. This Flatlander's calves are about done after about 2 weeks out here. So I'm going to keep looking. This is interesting little stuff. I believe it's the perlite out of this hole. Chips out of there pretty easy and seems to just be full of little tiny eggs. So that's kind of cool. Might try and get a piece or two of it home. I doubt it'll hold up in shipping, but I'll throw a couple in the bag. Okay, I just moved over 8 feet and finding a few whole eggs again. This one I think used to be a double, but there's a few in here, so I'm going to dig around a little bit. Okay, now up here, if this isn't the top of the bed, it's pretty close. There seem to be more float eggs around, and let's see if I can get a spot of sunlight here. The lily pad rock is way prettier. All those little agate eggs and that bright, bright green. So that will definitely come home and go in the trim saw and see if it'll stay together for sure. While I'm at it, look at that little tiny egg. But, you know, look at these little bitty ones and they've got agate in them. So that gives me hope that that one might too. Okay, this is more like what I had hoped for. I'm still having to kind of sift around for the things, and a lot of them are that size. I'm not finding a lot of even nickel or quarter size, although there are some. And I just heard a sound that reminds me of home. First mosquito buzzing around me of the trip. I guess it's finally getting warm enough for him. So if he goes back and tells his buddies, or she goes back and tells her buddies, I may not be long for this spot. But I'm just going to kind of sift around here. That one's all broken. That one's whole. See what I can come up with. There seem to be a good many of them in these tailings. And of course, I'll go check out the other holes where people have been digging. Yeah, I've got not quite half a bag, and then I've got a pile of perlite and rhyolite and eggs that I want to take with me. So whether my calves are done or not, I may have to get another bag and come back up. I've been trying not to take very many broken eggs because they don't ship as well. Look how pretty that is. It's a double. Shame that wasn't in one piece. I'll try and get it home and cut it open if it gets there in one piece. I've been close to an hour sifting through this loose dirt, and I'm still getting eggs out of there, so I'm going to keep at it for a few more minutes and then go check out some of the other holes. I've moved down and I'm now going through, get some light, get some focus, some stuff that's piled up here against this fallen log. There's a good many whole little eggs and some broken ones. So, oh, I might have just found the smallest egg of the day. Look at that. So, I'm going to dig around here a little bit. See what I can find. So all these areas I'm picking up material have a little bit different material. Here's this like cluster. It's got good agate in it. Here is, if I can focus, a single egg that's broken. Cool points, little pocket. It's an even smaller one. And then this one that I don't know what you would call that. It's almost honeycombed in there. So some very cool material coming out of this place. So here are the majority of the eggs I brought back unwashed. Here are some I have pulled out to cut. You can already see some of them. This one's like a little cluster. It's got a little agate fill there. Pulled out a double. Pulled out a broken one here that looks like it was part of a pretty good cluster. So I'm going to head over to the little trim saw and cut these up. Alright, here's these lily pad eggs that I cut. I had some problems right off the bat with some of them breaking. So here's one really cool egg, but it just didn't want to hold together. On the whole, I could not be more happy with these, and you will see why. Here is the one that was already broken. I just skinned the top off of it and got a beautiful crystal pocket in there. Too bad it's also broken that direction, but really cool egg, one of the bigger ones that I brought back. And let's see, grab this one out. Clear agate in that one. I don't think a lot of these have clear agate in them, but I did get a couple. This one as well. A little water line at the bottom and otherwise clear. And we got this one. This is a really neat one. Got the little pocket. And then the rest of the egg is almost like a brecciated material. Brecciated. Anyway, lots of little pieces in there cemented together with some agate. This one as well. So kind of cool in an unconventional way. Here's a neat, I don't know if you would call this a double. I think it's a double. I think it's joined together pretty well. Both halves are very cool. Definitely a double. Neat colors in these. Here is a not cool one. This was a dud. The other half just crumbled apart. So that will go in the woods outside the shop. And I don't know if you'd call that white jasper or what you would call that. Filling that egg. Here's a really neat one. Triple, almost like a snowman thing going on. Oh, this one was exceptionally cool because you've got a true double here and a triple here, and then they're just kind of fused together by the rhyolite. Now this egg, or eggs, this is top 5 that I have cut so far. I had to pause, turn off the saw, and stare at this one for a while when I cut it. Is that just cool or what? So, not really any actual doubles there by my count. Just 5 individual eggs, all but one of them has agate fill, and they're all still held together by the rhyolite. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. It's got a pretty good crack right through here that I think will preclude me from really polishing it unless I try and stabilize it, and then that comes with its own set of issues. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. I just think as soon as I put much friction on it and heat it up, it's going to come apart at that crack. It pretty well goes, I think, all the way through that rhyolite that's holding those eggs together, and this location, the rhyolite's pretty decayed. So I might try, I do have some diamond flat laps and a makeshift water cooled arbor for the flat laps. I might try flooding it with water and grinding it on that a little bit, but it's definitely not a candidate for dry sanding. So all in all, the eggs I've cut from that location are as cool as I had hoped. I really enjoyed the cutting of these to make this video. Okay, what else to say about the lily pad bed? Almost think this should be called a couple of different beds. There are really varying characteristics between the areas there. In that one location right by the road are some really low quality eggs. Climb up over that area, which isn't really a climb, going around the trail that you saw in the video. Really better quality, these actually fully formed, got something in them kind of eggs. The conglomerate's way different up there. much better stuff. So it's almost like it's a couple of different types of eggs there, but all small eggs, nothing big at all, no big broken pieces, all the way, all the way down to just little tiny, tiny Thundereggs. Now I had 3 different locations, um, all on that same road, 3 different sets of coordinates for Thunderegg masses or Thunderegg conglomerates. One of them ended up being kind of back in the woods, and there was just nothing there that, and maybe there was something down. Maybe if I had a gas power auger, which you can't have on the public land, maybe I'd have gotten down to some eggs or something. But buried in the leaf litter and vegetation, nothing visible worth digging for. Then the next spot, I did find a couple of low quality conglomerate pieces in the gravel along the side of the road, but nothing to make me invest my time, because I knew the location that currently Rockhounding and others have put out there had plenty of material, so why waste my time trying to prospect somewhere else? So then I went there and got all I needed. So if you are going to the, I think it's called the Quartz Creek, Little Naches location with the bigger eggs, this is definitely worth a side stop. If you don't have much time, definitely just go to the uphill side of the road cut location and take the path up. There's a number of layers of eggs going up that hill, and I would assume they go quite deep, since there's spots all the way up. So great stop. Doesn't take you long to get some good quality samples, and I thought I had plenty and would never need to go back, but some of these just make you think, ooh, I could get more like that, I should go back. But yeah, maybe if I'm in the area again someday. So hope you enjoyed that, a tenth as much as I did. I will see you next Thunderegg Thursday.